मीडिया के सूत्र कह रहे हैं कि वो राज्यसभा से लड़ेंगे। ये दोनों सूत्र बिल्कुल गलत हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी आम आदमी पार्टी के राष्ट्रीय संयोजक हैं। मैं मानती हूं कि उनकी डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा है, पर वो किसी एक सीट पर सीमित नहीं है।
And now the question is that Mr. Kejriwal, in his subsequent tenure, said, he's going to keep himself to the Delhi politics for the people of Delhi. But now with this loss and, Atishi becoming leader of opposition, will Arvind Kejriwal quit Delhi politics and go for a larger national role? A bigger role? That's what we are going to discuss. And on this, I am joined by Akhil Khan, political analyst, Shivam Bhagat, spokesperson, Congress Party, KV Prasad, senior journalist. I'll be subsequently be joined by Raman Malik also. But straight to you, Mr. Prasad, do you think that there's a possibility that Kejriwal just will change his role and the play in politics at large after his loss in Delhi, both personal and political, because he's lost his seat and the party lost power?
Well, I think the way it looks to me right now, Kartikeya, is the fact that Mr. Kejriwal obviously is in search for a larger role for himself. And while I said so, let me also put this caveat: this is not the first time. If you look back and go back to 2014, after the 2013 elections to Delhi Assembly, Mr. Kejriwal decided that Aam Aadmi Party will contest elections nationally, and he himself contested in Varanasi against then Mr. Narendra Modi, who went on to become the Prime Minister of the country. So there was no way he hid his ambitions of being a big player or trying to make himself as a big player in the national politics. And since 2014, if you chart his thing, even while he was Chief Minister of Delhi, he has all the time been campaigning in several parts of the country while leaving the nitty-gritties of the governance of Delhi to Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. And of course, after his incarceration, he came out on bail. I think he handed over the reins to Atishi, and then of course the party work continued. But I don't see that to be detached from his overall trajectory of politics and his attempt to shift gears to be relevant on the national firmament, Kartikeya.
Okay, so that's your opening thought. Akhil Khan, let me go to you. Do you think that Kejriwal will take that jump? Mr. Khan, do you think that Kejriwal will take this jump?
Yeah. You are getting me?
Yes.
I am of the opinion that Kejriwal is a national leader, and joining Rajya Sabha, I don't think any problem with him, but it is to be decided by himself. And he is a Sanjojak of Aam Aadmi Party. And in Delhi, of course, he has been defeated, but he still remains the leader of the country. And all over India, Arvind Kejriwal can go anywhere and he can fight from any place. I am of the opinion he is a national leader, so he can decide what he want to do in near future. But the most important aspect of our political system is that the country should get the right leader at the right time. And of course, the country need the basic amenities which is being created by Arvind Kejriwal throughout India, because this is Bijli Pani Shiksha Swasth, these and Mahila Sashaktikran and Rozgar. All these things are basic requirement, and all the parties in India, they are also following this concept of political system and this concept of politics in our country. So my opinion is that he may go to Rajya Sabha. In my opinion, he can decide this, but I am not 100% sure that he will decide on this line. But it is okay.
Okay, let me play out bite of Ravneet Singh Bittu.
पंजाबी में हमारे बोलते हैं बिल्ली थैले तो बाहर आ गई, मतलब कहने का भी जो थैला है उससे बिल्ली बाहर आ गई है। बिल्ली मतलब केजरीवाल उस थैले से बाहर आ गया है। यही बात हम बार बार कह रहे थे भी ये आदमी ताकत के बगैर कभी रह नहीं सकता। इसीलिए तो ये सब कुछ, ये तो अन्ना हजारे जो मूवमेंट थी वो सारी ताकत के लिए खा गया। आज इसने देखो इतना बड़ा मैंने कभी धोखा देखा नहीं।
Okay, so Shivam, do you think that the Kejriwal will take the leap, become the Rajya Sabha member, and do you think that his tenure in over as a CM candidate in Delhi is over?
Good evening, Kartikeji, and good evening, everyone. Kartikeji, I think if he is thinking of taking this leap, then it shows three things. A, that he has completely given up on Delhi because he's lost himself and his own lieutenants have lost. Therefore, he's giving up on Delhi himself. B, that the Punjab government is in danger, which is also a very serious threat today to Kejriwal. Because if he's wanting to go to Rajya Sabha through Punjab, that means that there is a problem for him there. And three, that there is no other way for him to remain in power currently except from going to the Rajya Sabha. Therefore, I think it's a battle of political survival for Arvind Kejriwal. Whatever he's going to take, I mean, that's his decision and I can't comment on that much. But all I can say is that seeing the current trends, Delhi, they are in a very difficult spot. Yes, someone might turn around and say that they have vote share, but they don't have a face left in Delhi anymore because of Arvind Kejriwal's loss. And let's see what happens in Delhi later. But secondly, Punjab, they are in danger because there is a lot of growing resentment amongst their MLAs and growing tension amongst their MLAs in Punjab. Therefore, it is a battle of political survival for Kejriwal. Nothing else.
Yes, Mr. Khan, you wanted to come in. I think Raman is still busy with his phone.
Kejriwal his stature is very big. You cannot confine him to Delhi or some places in Punjab or in anywhere in our country. He can move and he can go to anywhere in India. He can fight from anywhere. And I am very much objection. This is very objectionable comment by our friend.
Okay, Raman, okay, fair enough. You're saying
Kejriwal cannot,
Mr. Khan, you have made the point that Kejriwal is a national figure. He can go anywhere. Raman, do you think that Kejriwal will take this leap?
Kartike, I have sent to your office a tweet of mine about 5 days back. And most likely it is going to be Harbhajan Singh who's going to be taken out. 5 days back I had stated that on the Twitter. Kejriwal is one mentally sick person. He cannot stay without power. For power he can do anything. He is not somebody who can be faithful to even his own blood. Leave beside anybody else.
So why are you getting personal, Mr. Power. Malik? Why are you getting personal? Sick?
No. It is actually no.
You don't use such words in conversation. I don't know why do you use words when you are there with me on TV? You never use such words.
No, I am not using any unparliamentary language. I am putting my opinion very honestly because the person right now also, and I challenge your channel. Please go and see where he is living right now. He and Manish Sisodia both are living in an MP apartment. When he said actually that he does not need a big house, he does not need facilities, why was he one who went about hunting for house, chose a house of a member parliament, and both Manish and himself are staying in the house allotted to the party's MPs? Why is it so necessary for him to be in this plush big bungalow with land around? Why was it important for him to have this jacuzzi fitted with a chandelier right on top of it? What was the fantasy he wanted to fulfill? Please understand and read the characteristics. I am ashamed that when India Against Corruption happened, as a normal Indian citizen, I served, I took water there, I took food there. But you must understand today, what I am talking is facts. The person is driven on the desire to have power at whatever cost. It does not matter. Why is it necessary for him to be in Rajya Sabha? Yes, he may have desire. Then, in that case,
can I say?
Why is it that he cannot come
Mr.
from
Khan,
Delhi?
you have to allow Mr. Khan, you have to allow Raman to finish his point.
Okay.
You have to allow him to finish his point.
Then, Kartike, another major factor which you have to understand is, why is it important for him to roam around with the Punjab CM as a chauffeur? You have seen that all across in the time when Bhagwant Mann used to carry him with the entourage, with the plane, with the things. Why is it important? Why could he not set an example of flying commercial? He used to preach that. He used to show that blue Wagoner. The point which I am trying to make is, if you start looking at the precedents, if you start looking at the content, the conduct, you will find that the person has an undying requirement of being in absolute powerful position. That is my point.
Okay, Mr. Khan.
My point, I have been with Arvind Kejriwal ji since 2011, Anna Hazare movement, and before that also I have been meeting with him, and he was traveling on my scooter also. He's such a humble man, and you forget, sir, Malik Sahab, that what our Prime Minister was doing. He was telling, I am a fakir, I don't need anything, and he is wearing 60 lakh rupees suit, and then he is traveling in more than 8,000 crore rupees plane, and he has been doing all kind of those things, which is Prime Minister of India.
You cannot compare Prime Minister of India and the mayor.
Just let me finish.
Mr. Khan, that plane does not belong to Narendra Modi. One, it belongs to the government of
What
India.
about other earlier Prime Minister, those who did not
Those were
buy
also
this plane,
747s. Those were also 747s. I don't know whether you have done it or not. I accept one person here who has travelled with the Prime Minister is Mr. Prasad. I have the opportunity to travel with the Prime Minister. वो personal property नहीं होती है. वो personal property नहीं होती है.
Personal property, then CM Bangla was also not personal property of Arvind
It was about
Kejriwal.
the luxury. That's a separate debate. That's a separate debate. That's a separate debate.
Just ask him, had the Delhi Assembly designated it as a CM house?
BJP has double standards.
No, that's a good question. No, Mr. Khan, that's a very good question. Was it designated as a CM house? No, that's a very good question.
Their own
Mr. Khan,
wrongdoings.
Mr. Khan,
was it designated as a CM's residence? No, it was not. That's a very good question.
Of course, it was CM residence when
the Delhi Assembly did not pass such any notice.
Anyway,
about all these bank
anyway,
law
that is not
and
important.
so much
That is not
about
important,
all
Mr.
this.
Prasad.
Everybody knew.
That is not important, Mr.
Everybody
Prasad.
knew
Mr.
about
Prasad,
that.
what future does Kejriwal
Other
has
thing is
in
that-
context of wait a
other
minute?
thing is
What
that,
future
sir,
does Kejriwal has context in context of politics after his loss in Delhi? Do you think that he will try to behave differently this time? Leave Delhi to Atishi? Do different things?
Kartikeya, one thing is very clear, that he has now obviously the party is not in the driving seat of power or governance in Delhi, and they are in the opposition. So obviously he will not be, and he is not in the assembly too. So while he can try and be around for a while, but I think he will try and concentrate and try and rebuild and recapture some of the image and some of the issues that he has been talking about in the last 12 years. Because for the last 2 years, the way the BJP has campaigned has certainly hit his Aam Aadmi Party image, all of us know, and the people of Delhi have voted against him. So there is no gainsaying whether it was Shishmail or not, whether it was this or his Aam Aadmi, his Maruti. We all seen that. It's known to every citizen in Delhi who voted for him in 2013, 2015, 2020. And those are the very people who voted him out or gave him a thumbs down to him and his party. So I think there's no point keeping on talking the same stuff. We all know that as voters, as political watchers in Delhi. But what would Kejriwal try and do is something important. I am sure, because after the loss in Delhi, there will be certainly loss of sheen, and his place on the table of opposition leaders has certainly shrunk. So that is where he is trying to recapture and will try and attempt to recapture.
Mr. Prasad, Delhi also has one history. The CMs who have lost have rarely made a political comeback. People don't understand this part of Delhi. If you look at Delhi from early 90s, those who have lost Delhi.
No, before that also.
Okay, politics, Kartikeya, politics is the art of possible.
They have not been able to make a comeback. None of the serving chief ministers, they've made a comeback.
In the time of Jansang also, those people did not come back.
So Delhi that way is a very hard constituency. Sheila Dikshit couldn't come back. Mr. Malhotra couldn't. Madan Lal Khurana couldn't come back. Sushma ji couldn't come back.
Karthikeya, I would mention slight difference when Mr. Malik talks about Jansangh. We had a chief executive councillor in Mr. Vijay Kumar Malhotra who went on to acquire national status. He went on to become a member of parliament. So
that is a different thing.
Yeah, I'm not. See, power does not mean necessarily being in the chief minister's saddle all the time. It needs political power where you have a say in legislation and a say in policy making. So that's my concept. Maybe your concept will be different. I'm not going to differ. I'm not going to disagree on that.
Sir, being honestly, I as a child have played in the laps of Mr. Malhotra, Khurana Sahab and Kedarnath Sani ji. So I am not adverse to that, but all that I am trying to put forward here is, and which you must appreciate, returning back as the Chief Minister of Delhi in Delhi has not been a precedent. That is all that I am trying to say.
Yeah, that's fine. Your point is well taken, please.
No, absolutely. Raman is point blank, because every state has a precedent. In some states people come back, but Delhi is one state where the chief minister, if they have lost their political capital, they have not been able to make a return. I'm not saying that the history cannot change, but till now that has not happened. Thank you all of you for joining me on this debate. We'll know soon whether Mr. Kejriwal will make his way to Rajya Sabha or not. People want to know why was the sitting MP was made to resign. So that was on point 2. But we have an on point 3. And on the other side, we will discuss how Tamil Nadu's politics has heated up after Amit Shah targeted DMK and said anti-national tendencies are at an all-time high in the state. Don't go away.
मैं और आप, कोई फर्क नहीं है हमें।
6 needed of the last ball.
जब ताक लेते हैं अपनी मंजिल को, तो उसे पाने के लिए कमर तोड़ मेहनत करते हैं, पर कभी कभी मेहनत और मंजिल के बीच
House is not in your budget, sir. Sorry.
रह जाता है एक फासला। खैर, मुझे उस फासले को मिटाने के लिए थोड़ी और मेहनत लगेगी, पर शुक्र है आपके पास है टाटा कैपिटल, जो मिटाए फासले आपकी मेहनत और मंजिल के बीच। टाटा कैपिटल, मिटाए फासले।
Every brand tells a story. And they are the storytellers. The Sutradhars. They present a brand with band, baja and barat to you. They are the Brandwalas.
Businesses are primarily in India known by their owners.
When you start a business, you don't realize how much you're putting the entire family at risk.
The trust is a big element.
And a typical symbol of trust is usually a banyan tree. And I used to, in my early days, wonder that how will a young company look like a banyan tree?
When you brought in this beauty product, Nykaa, you tried to make women look beautiful for themselves.
It's a message to women. Let the spotlight of your life be on you. And for that, we wanted her to be as confident as she wants.
India desperately needs that shift in mindset where women would be leading from the front.
They're risk takers and they do take open-ended risk, and a belief in yourself that you don't allow others to destabilize you and you keep pursuing your path.
Watch Radical presents Do Along with Paruntas Season 3 featuring Falguni Nair at these times on News9. News9, English news as it should be.
Tamil Nadu's political game is on. With assembly elections still a year away, battle lines are being drawn. On Wednesday, 2 major developments took place. Union Home Minister Amit Shah took a sharp swipe at DMK government and said that the anti-national tendencies in Tamil Nadu are at an all-time high, and at the same time he assured that the southern states would not lose a single seat in the upcoming delimitation exercise.
तमिलनाडु से देश विरोधी गतिविधियों को हम मूल समेत उखाड़ कर फेंक देंगे। तमिलनाडु के अंदर भाई भतीजावाद की ये दुकान समाप्त हो जाएगी। तमिलनाडु के अंदर करप्शन का हमेशा के लिए अंत होगा। डिलिमिटेशन में हम साउथ को अन्याय नहीं होने देंगे। श्रीमान स्टालिन जी, मोदी